Hey Lakers fans, let's dive right into the latest developments surrounding our team and break down what's really happening behind the scenes. I know chemistry is something people love to bring up whenever trade talks start. You've probably heard it before. Oh, it's all about chemistry. That's what matters. And yes, chemistry is important. But let's be real. Chemistry alone won't get you the championship if there are glaring gaps in the roster. You can have LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and if Austin Reeves keeps performing at this level during the playoffs, sure, there's a chance to compete. But the reality is, the Lakers have several weaknesses, multiple holes that need addressing, and if those aren't fixed, even the best chemistry in the world can't carry the team to the top. Now, the way I see it, there's a solid argument for making moves this season that set the foundation for success. I'm not talking about trading just for the sake of moving pieces around. Every transaction should have a clear purpose. The idea is to create a roster that is not only more competitive immediately, but also positioned to go after a high-end player next season. The kind of move that could finally push the Lakers over the top. Think about it. Adding a player like Herb Jones has been discussed from the start. Realistically, though, he's a tough target given the competition and the Pelicans' reluctance to trade unless the price is significant. The Lakers don't have the luxury of overpaying right now, which limits that option. That said, there are other players who could provide both immediate impact and long-term value. Someone like Miles Bridges, for instance, could fit that bill. He brings athleticism, defensive versatility, and a proven scoring touch. It's the kind of move that addresses multiple areas of need. Even an Andrew Wiggins acquisition, while perhaps a more short-term solution, could work if it aligns with the team's broader strategy. And it's not just about the star-level acquisitions. Secondary pieces, depth players, those rotational guys, are crucial to building a championship-caliber squad. Look at teams like Oklahoma City, San Antonio, or even Houston. They thrive because of depth, youth, and athleticism. When one unit struggles, they seamlessly insert the next, constantly applying pressure, mixing lineups, and exploiting mismatches. The Lakers need that same flexibility and energy. Let's take Brooklyn as a practical example. Hypothetically, the Lakers could explore a trade to bring in Duran Sharp, Zaire Williams, Cam Thomas, and Haywood Highsmith. Combined, these players would add bench scoring, defensive versatility, youth, and overall depth without sacrificing the core roster. The salaries could be managed through a 4-for-3 swap, potentially freeing up some cap space while giving the Lakers immediate contributors. Each of these players brings a specific skill set, a dynamic scorer off the bench, a 3-and-D wing with upside, a physical presence inside, and a veteran with NBA experience who can complement the starters. It's about assembling complementary pieces that can maximize the existing stars' impact while addressing glaring gaps that have held the Lakers back. Now, what makes this approach appealing is that it doesn't just solve immediate needs. It sets the team up for future moves. Even if a player like Andrew Wiggins or Herb Jones becomes available later, the Lakers can still execute that acquisition because the roster has been optimized in terms of depth and flexibility. Think of it as layering strengths. You're adding quality rotational players first, creating a balanced and athletic roster, and then going after the marquee player who can push the team to championship contention. The Lakers have an opportunity to build a structure that mirrors some of the most successful franchises in terms of athleticism, versatility, and defensive ability. Another key point is player roles and development. Young players coming from other teams often thrive when placed in the right environment. Look at examples across the league. Players who weren't seen as core contributors elsewhere have flourished when paired with established stars and a system that plays to their strengths. The Lakers can leverage their stars, LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves, to elevate these new pieces, allowing them to contribute immediately without the burden of being the primary option. Defense, hustle, athleticism, and smart rotations become the foundation. And suddenly, role players start performing above expectations because they are in a system that amplifies their strengths. There's also the matter of chemistry, and I know that will come up constantly. But consider this. Chemistry is only truly tested when you have a balanced roster where the key pieces remain intact. The Lakers aren't talking about trading LeBron, Luka, or Austin Reeves. Those core players maintain continuity. The moves being discussed involve secondary players, rotational depth, and bench scoring, which can be integrated without disrupting the main structure. Even if a young player needs some time to adjust to the team, the impact is incremental rather than catastrophic. You're injecting new energy and skills into a stable foundation. Over 40 to 50 games, that chemistry builds naturally while solving immediate team needs. The beauty of this strategy is that it mirrors successful NBA roster building models. You're not relying solely on one superstar to carry the team. You're creating layers of talent. Players who are undervalued elsewhere can become significant contributors for the Lakers. Bench scoring, defensive flexibility, 3-and-D wings, athleticism, and interior toughness. All these elements can be added without sacrificing the stars already in place. The Lakers management has an opportunity to execute a large-scale trade, bring in multiple contributors, and still preserve the potential for future marquee signings. This type of strategy has precedent. The league has seen multiplayer trades reshape teams overnight, and the Lakers have executed similar deals in the past. A 6- or 7-player trade is ambitious, but entirely within the realm of possibility if it addresses core weaknesses and provides a balanced mix of depth, versatility, and scoring. Finally, the timing is critical. Making moves early enough allows these new players to gel with the existing core before the playoff push. The infusion of talent doesn't disrupt team identity, it enhances it. The Lakers are not just acquiring names, they are acquiring solutions. Each new player fills a specific void, whether that's perimeter defense, bench scoring, three-point shooting, or physicality inside. By combining these pieces with the existing core, the team can elevate its overall performance dramatically. Even if some players come with minor adjustment periods, the upside far outweighs the risk. This approach isn't about chasing chemistry for its own sake. It's about building a team that has the flexibility, athleticism, and depth to compete at the highest level. If executed correctly, it allows the Lakers to be competitive now and strategically positioned to go after top-tier talent in the next offseason. You end up with a roster that has multiple scoring options, defensive versatility, and rotational depth, all while maintaining the integrity of the stars who define the team. The Lakers have the chance to emulate models like Oklahoma City, San Antonio, and other successful franchises that rely on depth and flexibility to outlast opponents. In essence, what the Lakers need is a thoughtful combination of immediate contributors and future-oriented flexibility. Adding 4 or 5 new players who can provide energy, scoring, defensive versatility, and athleticism solves immediate problems while preparing the team for strategic acquisitions in the next offseason. Whether it's secondary scorers, defensive specialists, or rotational wings, these players collectively elevate the entire roster. The core remains intact, the stars retain their influence, and the Lakers end up with a deeper, more athletic, and versatile team capable of competing at the highest level. Now, looking beyond immediate moves, let's talk about the bigger picture for the Lakers this season. Depth alone isn't enough if the team doesn't have the right balance between scoring, defense, and athleticism. It's one thing to bring in young, energetic players from other rosters, but they need to fit into a system that maximizes their strengths. This is where the Lakers' current stars become the ultimate leverage. LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and potentially Rui Hachimura or Luka Doncic are more than just high-level talents. They're catalysts. They elevate every teammate around them, which means that even players who are considered role players elsewhere can become high-impact contributors here. Imagine taking someone like Zaire Williams or Cam Thomas, who might be limited in offensive systems elsewhere, and placing them alongside LeBron or Luka. They suddenly have space, opportunity, and guidance to showcase both scoring and defensive ability. That's a game changer for a team that has been missing rotational depth for years. The Lakers also have to consider positional balance. Adding multiple players who can rotate through the wing, contribute on both ends, and maintain defensive accountability is crucial. A bench that can hit threes, switch on defense, and provide consistent energy allows the starters to operate without overextending. Historically, Teams that have excelled in the playoffs were able to sustain high-level performance because of their depth. Oklahoma City has repeatedly demonstrated this, using athletic, versatile players who can switch roles seamlessly and apply pressure in waves. San Antonio's championship runs were built on depth and team defense, while Houston utilized young, versatile athletes who could create mismatches and maintain energy throughout the game. The Lakers, with their aging core, cannot rely solely on the top tier. They need these complementary pieces to elevate the overall team performance and protect the stars from exhaustion and injury. One of the most important aspects of this strategy is risk management. When adding multiple new players, it's not about sacrificing the core or disrupting team chemistry. It's about carefully layering talent. Players like Haywood Highsmith or Duran Sharp are not expected to carry the team, but they fill vital gaps. Highsmith provides veteran savvy, defensive awareness, and positional flexibility. Sharp and others like him bring scoring bursts and athleticism off the bench, the kind of contributions that can turn close games in the Lakers' favor. By integrating these players early in the season, the team has the chance to build chemistry organically. Over 40 to 50 games, these new additions develop rhythm with the starters, creating a cohesive unit that can compete consistently at a high level. Then there's the upside factor. Young players with potential, when given a stable environment and the right guidance, can exceed expectations. Nick Smith Jr. is a perfect example. Originally seen as a microwave scorer off the bench, he has developed defensive capabilities and versatility that have made him a valuable asset for the Lakers. It's this kind of development that makes targeted acquisitions so effective. The key is placing the right players in the right system, ensuring they are surrounded by stars who can maximize their skill sets while simultaneously contributing to team success. The Lakers' ability to mentor and elevate young, high-upside players is a competitive advantage that cannot be overlooked. Now, let's consider the strategic flexibility this approach creates. By addressing secondary needs with multiple players, the Lakers maintain the ability to pursue a high-end star in the following offseason. You're not limited by roster constraints or cap issues because the initial wave of acquisitions focuses on mid-tier talent that solves multiple needs. Once these pieces are integrated, the team is both more competitive immediately and better positioned to make a marquee move. For instance, if the Lakers successfully integrate 4 or 5 players to shore up depth, athleticism, and defense, they can still target a top-tier acquisition like Herb Jones, Miles Bridges, or TRAE Murphy without compromising the balance of the roster. It's a layered strategy, short-term impact combined with long-term flexibility. An additional consideration is matchup versatility. The modern NBA demands that teams can switch seamlessly, defend multiple positions, and adapt to different styles of play. The Lakers have been at a disadvantage in this regard, lacking athletic wings and rotational flexibility. Adding players like Zaire Williams, Haywood Highsmith, or Cam Thomas addresses that deficit, providing defensive versatility, perimeter shooting, and the ability to create mismatches. These pieces allow the Lakers to compete against teams with multiple lineups capable of challenging them in every quarter. Depth, athleticism, and adaptability are not just nice-to-haves. They're essential for contending with elite squads that can rotate and mix lineups effectively. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. Los Angeles is buzzing with whispers and wild speculation as the NBA rumor mill explodes over the possibility of Trae Young donning a Lakers jersey. Sources close to the situation suggest that negotiations are heating up, and if the deal goes through, the Staples Center could become a wildfire on the court. Young, known for his lightning-quick handles and lethal three-point shooting, would immediately transform the Lakers' perimeter game into one of the most feared in the league. The Lakers, long searching for that dynamic playmaker to pair with their stars, might have finally found the missing piece. Insiders hint that the front office sees Young as the perfect catalyst to stretch defenses and inject youthful energy into a roster hungry for another championship run. Los Angeles fans, already accustomed to Hollywood-level drama, are now envisioning highlight reels that could rival anything the league has seen in recent years. Every crossover, step back, and deep three-pointer from Young would electrify a city that thrives on spectacle. Speculation is swirling not only about the fit, but also about the ripple effects across the Western Conference. Opponents would need to rethink their defensive schemes entirely, as Young's combination of vision, speed, and range would demand constant attention. Analysts are already imagining a Lakers offense where spacing opens up opportunities for LeBron or Anthony Davis to dominate inside, while Young orchestrates chaos from beyond the arc. The chemistry, of course, is the biggest question. Could a team used to a more traditional inside-out approach adapt to the rapid-fire, perimeter-heavy style Young brings? Rumors suggest that internal discussions are ongoing, with coaching staff reportedly excited about the potential but cautious about maintaining balance. The city of Los Angeles is no stranger to marquee talent, but the idea of TRAE Young lighting up the Lakers' perimeter has sparked a feverish debate among fans. Some envision immediate contention for a title. Others warn of growing pains as the team adjusts to a new offensive identity. Either way, the mere possibility of Young in purple and gold has set social media and sports talk shows ablaze, fueling endless what-if scenarios. For now, the chatter continues, and Lakers fans can only watch with bated breath as the rumor inches closer to reality, imagining the fireworks that could erupt every time TRAE Young steps onto the floor. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.